Most people are still using their heating systems completely wrong without even realizing it, with serious consequences because it can end up costing you a lot of money. In this short video, I'll explain how to do it right. Many people, when they turn on their heating, immediately set it to 5 so that it gets warm quickly. But that's actually completely wrong, because it really doesn't matter whether you set it to 1, 2, or even 5. It simply won't heat up any faster. When you turn on the heating, the valve opens and lets hot water into the radiator. The amount of water and the temperature of the water do not change just because you set your thermostat higher, because all you're setting with it is the temperature you want to have in your apartment. I'll show you in a moment which numbers correspond to which temperatures in degrees. Because the thermostat head, which you use to turn on your heating, constantly measures the temperature. When you set a certain temperature here that you want to have, it will turn off as soon as that temperature is reached, and it will let new hot water into the radiator as soon as the temperature drops below that point again. In this way, it constantly tries to maintain exactly that temperature. That's exactly why it's such a big mistake to simply set your heating to the highest level, because if you forget to turn it down again, the heating will run continuously, since it will always try to reach the highest temperature, which is definitely not what you actually want at home. You'll understand exactly why once I explain to you what the individual numbers mean. Because up here we have the snowflake symbol. This simply stands for frost protection. If it gets very cold, 7 degrees, 8 degrees, or even colder, the heating will turn on to prevent frost damage to the building. If you set the heater to level 1, you're telling it to turn on the heating at 12 degrees, and as soon as 12 degrees are reached, it should regulate back down. Number 2 already means 16 degrees, and at 3, we have 20 degrees. I'll also show you in a moment what the lines in between mean. At level 4, we then have 24 degrees, and at level 5, a full 28 degrees. That's exactly why it's actually a pretty big mistake to set it to level 5, because by doing so, you're essentially telling the heater to keep running continuously until the temperature in your room eventually reaches 28 degrees Celsius, which is probably not what anyone actually wants or intends at home. The individual marks that are located between 2 and 4 each represent 1 degree increments. That means if you set it to 2, as just explained, you have 16 degrees, and if you move it to the next mark, you're setting it to 17 degrees. This way, you can fine-tune the whole thing a bit more precisely in those ranges. So what you should definitely do is carefully think about what temperature you want in your room, which will probably vary from one room to another, and then set the heating thermostat to exactly the specific level you want to reach, and simply leave it at that setting. That way, you'll maintain the temperature consistently and won't waste too much energy overall. In fact, you actually save energy by maintaining a constant temperature rather than letting it cool down repeatedly and then reheating it, because this not only uses more energy but can also make it easier for mold to form on the walls. So be sure to send this video to your friends and acquaintances who have also been using their heating incorrectly so far, so they can save energy too. And if you want to learn about 9 more heating mistakes that almost everyone makes but no one should, then check out the video you now see on the screen. Just click on it